and hoping you're having a blessed time from wherever you're watching MISHAPI Voice TV. And it's that time for MISHAPI Voice TV English News Update. We have a lot in store from our English desk today. Before I give you more, here are the headlines. The senators proposed strategies to the President Felix Tshisekedi about improvement of the country. Prime Minister Judith Suminwa met with the head of the General Inspectorate of Finance, Jules Alingete, in her office. And more than 500 young people have joined the army in the province of South Ubangi to defend the territorial integrity of the country. The Observatory for Press Freedom in Africa, OLPA, calls for immediate and unconditional release of journalist Clovis Kaseba. And on Matter Sports is that Liverpool beat Tottenham Hotspurs to kick them out of the Carabao semi-finals. Welcome. The senators proposed strategies to President Felix Tshisekedi that would broadly focus on strengthening security forces, borders, and protecting the national territory, safeguarding state sovereignty, securing population, and the economic independence of the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Senate reserved the priorities of these strategies for the President of the Republic alone. During the work, the Joint National Assembly Senate Committee set up was split into 5 subcommittees, namely Defense and Security, PAG, Social, Cultural, and External Relation, and lastly, ECOFIN. Each of these subcommittees produced a report containing its respective attributions and the strategies to resolve the crisis in the eastern part of the country. According to Senator Nefariti Ngundianza, these 5 reports were adopted by plenary assemblies of these 2 respective chambers last Wednesday. And moving on is that Prime Minister Judith Suminwa met with the Inspector General, head of the General Inspectorate of Finance, Jules Alingete, in her office on the instructions of the head of state on reducing the standards of living in order to direct funds to the defense and security sector. The President instructed the General Inspectorate of Finance to monitor emergency procedure expenditure, which must be strictly limited to security and essential travel. Judith Suminwa took the opportunity to reaffirm her support for the work of the IGF and reiterate her commitment to see the IGF play a key role in streamlining expenditures and maximizing revenues. And now more than 500 people have joined the army in the province of South Ubangi to defend the territorial integrity of the Democratic Republic of Congo against the war of the M23 and the Rwandan army in the eastern part of the country. These young volunteers left Goma, the province capital of South Ubangi, on Tuesday, February 4th, to join the military training center. It's worth noting that these young people decided to join the army following the call of the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Transport and Communication, Jean-Pierre Bemba, mandated by the President Felix Tshisekedi. The Observatory for Press Freedom in Africa, OLPA, an ungovernmental organization committed to defending and promoting freedom of expression, demands the immediate and unconditional release of journalist Clovis Kaseba, who is the program director at the community radio Nsenda Mwana, located in the railway town of Mweneditu. He was arrested on Tuesday, February 4th. According to OLPA, these allegations against him, which could be considered defamatory, are intended to silence the independent press in Mweneditu. He is accused of committing a press offense, mainly damaging accusations against Mayor Gerald Shibanda. The accusations are the result of the broadcast of last January on RCCM of a series of programs incriminating the mayor on several current affair issues in the city. And now from the local, we dive into international news, where nearly 3.5 decades after leaving the Soviet Union, the Baltic countries of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania this weekend will flip a switch to the N.I.F electricity grind connections to neighboring Russia and Belarus and leaning more with their EU allies. The serving of electricity ties to oil and gas rich. Russia is steeped on geopolitical and symbolic significance. EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen and other dignitaries are expected for a ceremony on Sunday as a specially made 9-meter tall clock in downtown Vas counts down the final seconds of the Baltic states' electricity ties to Russia.
Last remaining element of our reliance or dependence on the Russian energy system or Belarusian energy system. Stop to buy any kind of energy resources from Russia.
Swedish police say they are investigating the motive behind the country's deadliest mass shooting that claimed 11 lives on Tuesday. According to the local media, the shooting at an educational center in Örebro was carried out by a 35-year-old Swedish man who has been unemployed for a decade. Footage shows students hiding in a classroom as the mass shooting unfolded. Police say the suspect who died at the scene was not known to them prior to the event. Meanwhile, Swedish King Carl XVI Gustav and his wife attended a church service in Örebro in commemoration to the victims. People lit candles at the site of the incident, which left at least 11 dead, including the gunman, and at least 5 other persons seriously wounded. You're watching MISHAPI Voice TV English News Update. We are Africa's vision in the world. That news takes us for a short break. Don't touch the dial. I'll be back with more on sports. And on Matter Sports is that Liverpool beat Tottenham Hotspurs 4-0, kicking them out of the Carabao semi-finals in a clash that was held at Anfield. Now Liverpool booked their ticket to the finals, where they will face Newcastle on 16th March at Wembley Stadium. And lastly is that it's now official and confirmed that Sergio Ramos joins Rayados as a free agent with a new chapter in Mexico. And thank you for keeping me company. We come to the end of our English news bulletin right here on MISHAPI Voice TV. We are Africa's vision in the world. Have a blessed time, and remember you can follow all our programs and get the news update by following us at MISHAPI Voice TV. I'm Crispin Otieno.